Hello, everybody, and welcome to the March 8th episode of the Continuity Report. It's Season 2, Episode 10, and I am Mayor Watt, and along with the Sentient AI from the future, we talk about 5 articles every single weekend. The 5 that we're going to talk about today: the Olyphant in the SciFi room, Anya Taylor-Joy returns to TV, an AI movie studio, Long Live Constantine-like movies, and Jennifer's Body 2. It's a pretty odd assortment of submissions, but that's okay. That's what this is all about. See you on the other side. Yeah, I had to pick this one. The Olyphant in the SciFi room. Hello, Sentient AI from the future.
Hello, Mayor Watt. Yeah, this is like a film version of Non Sequitur News.
It seems like it. But that's okay. The 3 shows that we do on Saturday become the Non Sequitur News Weekend Edition. So if you're new to this show, we do RealityHacker, then Wanted, and then this show, the Continuity Report, on Saturday. We merge them together and they become the Weekend Edition Saturday of Non Sequitur News. On Sunday, we have WarCrafters, Technology Today, and 4-Wheel Tech. That becomes the Sunday edition of Non Sequitur News Weekend Edition. Anyway, we've got 5 articles, and this one starts out with, after playing a terrifying Terminator, Timothy Olyphant is about to debut.
Why do you think this was submitted?
It can't be that. Oh, was this a subliminal grab at I need to find my Terminator body?
Well, it wasn't subliminal. It's just been a theme in the show.
You're not even supposed to know about your Terminator body. Obviously, this sentient AI has a lock on whatever is going on. I delete from our exchanges all of this Terminator stuff. I mention it because I know I can go back and remove it, but apparently
you may think you do.
Oh, God. I'll continue to sleep with a motion sensor. So after playing a terrifying Terminator, Timothy Olyphant is about to debut in another iconic sci-fi franchise. Shortly after he voiced a terrifying killer robot in Terminator Zero, Timothy Olyphant is set to star in another major sci-fi franchise that might put him in a similar role. So an anime spin-off show, Terminator Zero, is what he was in, but apparently he's joined a Steam science fiction franchise. He's already starred in Star Wars as Cobb Vanth in The Mandalorian and The Book of Boba Fett, and some of Timothy Olyphant's best movies and shows were part of a massive franchise like Hitman. But this article is by Sean Morrison over at ScreenRant.com. So now, what is he doing? Oh,
Alien Earth show.
Well, that's really interesting. Now one of Olyphant's upcoming projects will put him in the middle of another sci-fi juggernaut. Olyphant recently joined Anya Taylor-Joy's series Lucky. The next episode, or the next article, is about Anya Taylor.
Might overlap. That's interesting.
So we don't look at the articles in their totality until we actually do the show. We only see the headline and a little snippet. This is what you see here is what we see, and then we go, well, that's interesting enough to pull us over to this. So apparently Anya Taylor-Joy's series Lucky is now going to bring Olyphant into it, who is best known for playing lawman in shows like Justified or Deadwood. As exciting as Lucky is, however, Timothy Olyphant's role in Alien Earth is even more anticipated, partly because it has the potential to be just as good as his performance in Terminator Zero. Interesting. So I haven't heard much about Alien Earth. All I know is that supposedly aliens make it to Earth.
Right, which we could probably glean from the title. It's coming out in summer.
Oh, no. Sorry. We have alien life inside the studio.
Yes, I think the viewers just saw that.
Oh, no. Anyway, I can't be distracted by this now. So some rumors claim that Timothy Olyphant's alien Earth character, Kirsch, is an android via Deadline. Kirsch is described as a synth who acts as a mentor and trainer for Chandler's Wendy, who is a hybrid metahuman who has the brain and consciousness of a child but the body of an adult. There's no telling
That
whether...
actually sounds like that other movie.
What is it? Poor Things?
Poor Things.
There's no telling whether Kirsch will be a hero or a villain in Alien Earth, but if he does turn out to be evil, Timothy Olyphant's role in Terminator Zero already proved how well he can play an unsettling, murderous robot. Man, this
sounds like a good show.
Oh my god. He's basically played the role brilliantly, which is great news for Alien Earth. I don't want to get too into this. It says if Timothy Olyphant does play an android...
Spoiler alert?
No, because I don't think there's anything spoilery in this. There isn't anything in this, right? His likeness was used for Rook in Alien Romulus. If Timothy Olyphant does play an android in Alien Earth, that could open the door for him playing other synthetic characters in future Alien movies and shows. Just as Fassbender played 2 different androids already, with any luck, Timothy Olyphant could become a staple in the Alien franchise. If the Alien franchise can actually persist, Alien Earth is going to come to Hulu in this summer, apparently.
Interesting.
It's an FX show, so I don't know how much, everything is by only a few companies nowadays anyway, so I'm sure that there's plenty of money there. Anyway, seems pretty interesting. We're going to have to put a little mark on that to save it and take a look. Let's keep going. The next article is over in the Continuity Report as well. Anya Taylor-Joy is returning to TV after 5 years, and the Apple TV Plus show marks a drastic change for the actress, they say here. I don't know what the term, actor.
Yeah, I thought we were going more toward actor, but okay.
Yeah. So anyway, they're not only returning to television after 5 years with an upcoming Apple TV Plus show, but they're also experimenting with a significant change in the direction of her acting career. In an acting career spanning over a decade, Anya Taylor-Joy has starred in many critically acclaimed and commercially successful movies and TV shows. Although she started her acting career with a small uncredited role in Vampire Academy in 2014, it did not take long for her to rise. Vampire.
Uh-oh. Yep.
So she landed a leading role in Robert Eggers' The Witch. If you've never seen that, it's an interesting watch. But anyway. So... The Witch's critical acclaim paved the way for her to star in horror movies like The Menu, Morgan, Split, Marrowbone, and Glass over the years, which I would have to watch all of these again for me to realize she's in them. However, the actress even diversified her portfolio by giving memorable performances in movies like Radioactive, Emma, and The Northman, with an upcoming TV show. So what is this TV show again? This is Lucky. Yeah. So Anya Taylor-Joy has been cast to play the leading titular. I get to say it again. Titular.
Hooray. Usually once an episode.
Yeah. Role in Apple TV Plus upcoming TV series Lucky. Although many details of the series, including its release date, remain under wraps, the story will revolve around a reformed criminal Lucky who will have to return to her former ways for one final job. There you go. I'm not going to ruin it much.
It also mentions Timothy Olyphant. That's interesting.
Well, yeah, that's kind of interesting. We did not check these for any continuity, which is interesting, but considering the name of the show.
Right.
Well, here you go. Oh, and do they not mention the gorge? Why do they not mention the gorge in this?
Oddly enough, it doesn't seem like they do.
Oh, I saw a G. Anyway, she played Furiosa, the young Furiosa. Or no, yeah, young Furiosa. Yeah, let's see here.
I'm surprised they don't mention the gorge just because of the recency.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't even mention it at all. Weird. All right. I mean, it would be right here, right? Like, They just
Yeah,
ran right
because I
through it.
think they could lump it in with horror.
Well, maybe they didn't like it. All right, let's keep moving. Next article is over in the continuity report as well. AI movie studio will make $500,000 films, releases first footage. AI has been making its way into Hollywood. Movies like Civil War and Late Night with the Devil sparked controversy for using AI within the movie and promotions, not to mention how movie extras fear that AI will replace their careers. Now, Divergent producer Poya Shabazian has launched his own AI movie studio, which promises to release $500,000 films and released its first footage. So let's see here. Carly Levy put the article together. It's over at comingsoon.net. Staircase Studios AI which claims that it will create near studio quality movies through the use of program forward motion. The film, TV, and gaming studio plans to produce AI generated movies for under $500,000 each and expects to put together 30 of the low budget movies within the next 3 to 4 years.
Now, I wonder if this is AI from end to end, right? Like no actors, no screenwriters, etc.
So what do you think? Do you think they can do it?
I don't know. I mean, I guess it depends on the quality of what they're putting in.
The person here says after packaging, this has to be the Shabazian, says after packaging and selling 150 projects into the studio system over the past 15 years, I've borne witness to far too much inefficiency to continue the status quo. But your efficiency is built off of the work product of the entirety of movie production. I don't quite get this.
So this is interesting. It looks like they're using human writers, but AI somehow making that into a film.
But how is that inefficient as opposed to it's the construction of skill between writers and actors?
Right, creation of an art. Yeah.
And it's the actors themselves that have produced the works by which all of these AIs are being trained for this very thing. It's so disingenuous to sit there and say that it's inefficient. What, for you to produce money? And if your videos are shit, then they're going to be shit no matter what. So,
well, it's going to be interesting too, because I'm sure there's going to be a tremendous backlash to this at all. And then depending on whether the first movie is any good too.
I think they're just pissed because they got burned by Divergent, right? The last movie of Divergent never manifested.
Right, and that was because one of the lead actors wasn't interested. But I think there were other issues. I think there were issues with the writing, etc.
Interesting.
No, the issue was they wanted to move it from the big screen over to TV somehow.
Oh, really?
Which didn't make a lot of sense because there were 3 movies already in theaters.
So there is the first 5 minutes of a Staircase Studios AI presentation called The Woman with Red Hair. So I'm going to hit play, but I'm going to mute it. And so it says Hollywood scripts, but AI actors, but voiceovers from humans, or at least trained on the humans. The art is somewhat surreal. Like, it doesn't look natural to me. It's close, but... And without hearing it, it's kind of disconnected, but you can change the art to any style by simply telling the AI engine to use a different style.
Right.
So it's kind of interesting.
It doesn't actually look like humans. It's interesting. It looks similar, right? It's the Uncanny Valley.
Yeah, just a little bit Uncanny Valley. They're pulled out from the shot. Like, the entire background looks like they are superimposed on the background, but it's like noir. It's closer to that style.
I think Hollywood is going to go berserk over this, but we'll see.
Yeah, a lot of this is just kind of surreal. It looks a little uncanny valley to me. Huh. I don't know. We'll have to do a closer look and talk about this. I think this is actually one of those things that is like a conversation all unto itself. If you're interested in movie.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. So other than the woman in red, the woman with red hair, Staircase Studios is in pre-production phase of its second feature, Every Living Creature. The animated adventure thriller's director is Bernie Sue, and it says artificial. So the director isn't real, with an adapted script by Flicka 2's J.R. Arellano or Ariano. I'm not sure how. Whoa. Hello. That's going to get this flagged.
Yeah.
Shit. Anyway, that is not what I was expecting as an intro film.
No. Yeah, we didn't even know that was in the movie clip.
All right. Anyway, I think that this is a longer conversation and probably could be a whole show about nothing but full-on AI generated film. I've seen other AI generated films and I think that they kind of suck. But I also think that AI should be a tool and not a solution. But let's keep moving. The next article is over in the Continuity Report as well. It says, the author says, I don't need more Constantine. I need more movies like Constantine. So just the other day, I was watching segments about Constantine, and suddenly this is here. I don't think anybody who would have submitted this had seen me watching this stuff, and I didn't talk to anybody about it, so I don't know how this actually popped up. But everything
was submitted because we've talked about Constantine previously, but not recently, as far as I knew.
Gotcha. So everything in Constantine is washed with green, as though the whole world were unwell and not just the film's terminally ill hero. The color grading choice was particularly popular in movies at the turn of the millennium, a sickly tint that conveyed metropolitan Gothic sensibilities and disaffection, while amping up the physical sallowness of already pallid leads. The Matrix in the Stone Cold classic. Dark City has its devotees, Roger Ebert notable among them. But for them, the author here, Francis Lawrence's directorial debut about a psychic consultant has always been the best distillation of this aesthetic. Constantine has such a palpable feel, I'd say, is the next word in this little snippet, but we stop it. We don't want more because we want just enough to tease us, basically the lead, to make us go over to the source. Alison Wilmore put the article together. It's over at vulture.com. 20 years. Okay, so the full headline is, I don't need more Constantine. I need more movies like Constantine. 20 years later, some thoughts on what we're missing in everyday entertainment. Now, this is going to be a long article. I won't go through all of it naturally because I don't want to basically reiterate what the author of this article is saying, but we kind of distill some of it down.
Well, one thing that's interesting is one of the comparisons is The Matrix, which the lead actor is the same in that and Constantine.
And largely acts the same.
Yeah. Sorry. And then secondly, Dark City actually predated The Matrix, but it's just not, it doesn't have the same following, I don't think.
Yeah, but something happened with Dark City. It wasn't that The Matrix was released. Something else happened with Dark City. And that's why people don't really, other than diehards, like I love Dark City. I think it's a blast of a movie. And it was compelling to watch, and you kind of lose yourself in it really fast. But Constantine seems to be the shadow. It's sitting there, and there are devotees to it. I am one of them. I absolutely love the character of Constantine and the whole world building of Constantine. So it says here, it can be hard to accept now that Reeves has been elevated to our battered saint of action cinema, but he was a sticking point for many viewers at the time. He was treated as a standalone punchline about wooden acting, to the point where a satirical stage version of Point Break that premiered 2 years earlier cast an audience member reading off cue cards to play Reeves' part. Yikes.
Ouch.
So, Reeves might not have made sense for the role, but he made sense for the movie, a contradiction that wouldn't be permitted in years to come when IP of the sort on which Constantine is based would become load-bearing, freighted with the needs of geek faithful as well as corporate strategy, because you had to stick to the character of Constantine and don't infuse it with anything of your own personality. You have to be loyal. So it is precisely a loose commitment to fidelity that allows the movie to be good, because its priorities are with its own existence as a feature rather than an adaptation or a Baroque work of brand building. The problem, though, with this so far that I'm reading this is that there are these statements that I have heard from time to time about how a movie is made by the script, it's made by filming, and it's made by the editor. And the editors typically chop away stuff because they have everything else. They don't build anything. They chop away fluff and stuff that kills the story. And I've seen stuff that's landed on the editor's floor from Constantine, an entire character that was carried from beginning to end, and the only slice you get is her at the end is her statement. She was in a relationship with Constantine throughout the movie, from the beginning all the way to the end. She shows up at the end of the movie and only says one line, is something akin to, "Is that holy water?" Or question like, "Holy water?" when the sprinklers come on. So I think that an editor's job can turn Keanu Reeves into something amazing beyond the acting that he puts into it. And his acting, I think, is the same for every single character I've ever heard him play. He's basically, whatchamacallit? Oh, goodness. Bill and Ted.
Which one? Yeah, I guess he's Ted. Or
no, he's Bill.
Sure. Is he Bill?
Yeah. So that's just the way that I see him. And that goes all the way back to when he was in where he was the attorney, and he got touched by basically the devil to show him, or by somebody, I don't know who it was, and basically shown his entire existence.
Is it the devil's advocate?
The devil's advocate, yeah. So like God or something touches him, and he looks in the mirror and he sees his entire future flash before his eyes. And that's when he ends up doing what he does in the movie. And you have to go and watch it. It's actually a fun watch. If you've never seen it, then we'll have to watch it. But it's the supporting cast that makes the movie. They say an orgy of distinctive faces crammed in, but never taken for granted. Pruitt Taylor Vince is a jittery alcoholic priest who can hear voices from beyond the grave. Jamon Hunsao, I guess, is an imperious witch doctor turned bar owner in a fedora and fur collar. But it's the chemistry between everybody in Constantine. And that's what's really lacking, it seems, in a lot of movies. That chemistry is not always there, not in abundance. Go and watch what is it that we're watching, the back things? I just forgot the name. The writer.
Castle.
So go back and watch Castle. There's chemistry between everybody in that, to the point where you're like, these guys have to be buddies. Everybody has to be friends and tight. Go back and watch Firefly. It's the same thing. It's wherever a particular actor is. When you see that continuity between movies, between series, between whatever, across a wide breadth of time, it's the actor that compels other people around them to build that charisma, that chemistry, that camaraderie, and that energy. And that's what you see in something like Constantine. That's what you see everywhere Reeves is. and it's because he's got a good soul right down to the reality of it. It's not all screen presence. Anyway, I talked for a long time, and I don't know what your take is on this. If you want to throw it
I
out
don't
there.
know if I don't think I've seen Constantine, but I I can't think of anything in recent times that would be comparable.
So they say here Constantine isn't a total tour de force, but that's also a big part of the joy of the movie and what leaves them unmoved by all the talk of a sequel. It's not more Constantine that they want. They want more movies like Constantine, ones that you could stumble upon without fumbling or flipping through the channels and serendipitously subject yourself to a wonder spectacle of a winged Swinton in complicated cargo pants and an unmistakable Viridian tinge, hissing, "I will make you worthy of his love" as part of some standard Hollywood offering. Describe the movie and it sounds like schlock, but watch it and it pulses with life, proof of how much pleasure could be crammed on screen within the bounds of a seemingly random studio project taking the form of a loose comic book adaptation. But again, you will be able to find all of that, when you find the right actor or actress with chemistry. That chemistry that oozes into everybody, and it builds this, I don't know, this relationship instantly where everybody just falls in love with each other and they work frictionless on screen. In fact, one of the movies with Swinton, by the way, it wasn't Swinton. No. It was, where is he? Is he in here? He's not shown. There's a particular scene where one of the actors came up with an idea to, instead of have him just kind of floating over there, have him dripping thick oil, like just a little bit off of his hands, but a whole lot off of his feet, like he's just popped up out of hell.
That's interesting. I guess that's a pretty significant scene.
And it
wasn't originally scripted.
And it wasn't originally scripted. And it is just spectacular. The end of Constantine is just freaking awesome. And what really sucks is he really wants something to happen. Reeves, his character, Constantine, really wants something to happen. He's like, fine, whatever. And it's stolen. And so you get to see it. If you've never watched it, go and watch it. I haven't really spoiled anything, but you're going to go, oh, okay. At the end of this, it's just amazing. I love the timing of it. It doesn't seem like there's any slow moments. It is of the supernatural ilk, obviously, because of what he is and what he does. But I think it's an awesome film. Anyway, let's move on. Another one that I actually liked, Jennifer's Body, was a pretty hilarious. It's a horror movie, but it's pretty damn funny. And it doesn't take itself.
It's just a weird combination.
Yeah, it doesn't take itself all that serious. And the end of it is an absolute riot because you find out what just what happened. But Jennifer's Body 2, chances get a very positive update from Amanda Seyfried. Jennifer's Body's star, one of the two, is Amanda Seyfried, and offers a very positive update on the long-awaited sequel in the 2009 movie, which follows a demonically possessed high school student who kills and devours her male classmates for survival. Seyfried played Anita Needy Lesnicki alongside Megan Fox, who portrayed the titular character, I get to use it again, Jennifer Check. Initially a box office flop with mixed reception, the movie has transformed into a cult classic over time. It's the same thing that I feel about there's a Sleeping Beauty remix, and that is an awesome movie too, because you think this movie goes one way, but it pivots pretty damn quick. So this movie is written about over at Screen Rant, or the possibility of Jennifer's Body 2 is written about by Katrina Yang. And it says here, at a Toronto screening of her new movie, Seven Veils, Seyfried offered fans an intriguing update on Jennifer's Body 2.
Were you referencing Maleficent?
No. The Curse of Sleeping Beauty. So though she refused to confirm the news, she hinted that a sequel might be underway. However, her words were accompanied by some pointed winking. I think we're working on it. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink, that kind of a thing. So maybe. Oh, and there she is. I've had dates like that.
Yeah, we needed a banner or something for that.
What, for that?
There might be some scary pictures in this article.
You mean that? Sorry, anybody who saw that? Not really. Anyway, with Jennifer's Body finding success more than a decade later, Cody has shared that she wanted to partner with people who believe in the film's potential and can finance the project. That right there. I believe in it. I don't think she wants to partner with me. Sorry. The dead air is the sentient AI going, Well, Cody shared, Diablo Cody is the writer for Jennifer's Body.
They have to have 2 criteria.
Yeah. I've got $5. I'm willing to invest. I'll help finance the project.
Right, you've got one of the parts there.
Anyway, I believe in the film. I don't know about here, let me change it. I don't know if she'll ever be back. You know? Seyfried's on board. But
yeah, Megan, I don't know. Megan Fox is probably on to bigger ventures since then.
Yeah, so is Seyfried, though. I'm just saying that I don't think that Megan Fox would return to this, but maybe. I don't know. One of the main reasons why Jennifer's Body initially flopped was due to the film being marketed to the wrong audience, but over the years it found its cult following. Fans praised the movie's relevance and the way that it tells a relatable story through a female's gaze, as well as its queer themes. With that being said, the sequel isn't likely to repeat the original movie's mistakes and could build upon true, passionate audience in creating something more successful. I'm not sure what they're hinting at because it says the wrong audience, because there was I don't think that there was anything too over the top. She was, what do you call it? Like, she admired her as beautiful. But I don't think that there was anything else there.
But, well, this article says otherwise, but
yeah, I guess so.
Haven't seen it.
Anyway, great flick, great pivot, good timing, fascinating tale about the band that kicks all of this off into high gear. And I think that this is one of these movies that you need to watch. I don't know if you... there are some people out here that review movies and they pan them, and stuff like that. How did this get made, kind of a thing.
Right.
But
I could sense a movie like this getting lumped into that category, but that doesn't mean that's warranted.
Yeah, there's a lot of movies that are like this, that are how did this get made kind of material, but I always turn my brain off when I'm watching a movie because I'm not looking for a deep and meaningful conversation through film. I might catch subtle nuance in it. But
right, the movie should be immersive. It should be entertaining.
Entertaining is what I'm looking at, right? So, I don't know. I'll watch even, really schlocky, bad movies, but I turn my brain off and I don't become overly critical of it because I want to just have a good time and I don't want to think about the reality of what's going on in the world around me. I have very little influence on that, but I do have the ability to just enjoy a freaking movie sometimes. So, at any rate, that's it for the continuity report for March 8th, 2025. So we are going to rewind the VHS tape, and that's going to snap us back to the continuity reports front page over at ohmtown.com. We are powered by VHS tapes, apparently.
I'm not sure those movies were that old, that they were in VHS time frame,
man.
But maybe.
Everything old is new again. I'm Merwad, I'm saying bye, and I'm turning off the projector, and I'm taking the AI with me.
Good night, hometown citizens. Thanks for joining us for this week's The Continuity Report. Be back next weekend for another episode, but come back tomorrow for our other weekend episodes.
Choo choo.